to our office. We are very happy to see you here. Could you please introduce yourself first?
Okay. Yes, Victoria. My name is Dave Adi. I'm from Chino Valley, Arizona in the United States.
Okay, great. How did you find out about our site? We're just searching on internet or...
I was just searching, and I happened to find that you were here in Nikolaev, which I have come to several times now. And I thought, okay, I'll try this site out. And I started looking, and I read some of the information about you. And I realized that because of some of the affiliations that you have with other international organizations, you are a legitimate organization. And I felt that I could probably find somebody on your site that I could eventually marry.
Okay. What could you tell about our services? Are you satisfied with this, our video chat system, our support team, everything that you tried?
I found that everything worked very well. On the few times that I did have some technical issues and things, I contacted the customer support and everything would be cleared up right away. You have a full range of services that I took advantage of, most of them. I sent gifts, I sent flowers, things like that, and it always worked out very well.
Did you try our video chat system?
Yes. In fact, one of the things that I would do whenever I would meet a woman is I would ask that we have a video chat together within 10 to 14 days of first starting to communicate with each other. That's because I wanted to see right from the very start if there was any kind of chemistry with us, or if we could feel that there was a good vibe between us. And a video chat is really the only way to do that.
Some of our clients hesitate to try it because they do not believe that it really helps. What about you? What you can tell to them? To use it or not?
I would definitely use it, because even though you're separated by thousands of miles or kilometers, whichever the case may be, when you look at somebody, you can look them in the eye and you can see if their eyes are lying or not. If a woman is sitting there and she won't look at the camera and won't try and make eye contact with you, then you go, well, what's going on here? But I found that every woman that I had a sincere video chat with, when we met in person, it was okay. It was the person that I had been talking to. They were on camera the same way they were when I met them in person.
Okay. And what do you think about Ukrainian ladies after the meeting, real meeting with them?
What can you say about Ukrainian women? They are the most beautiful women in the world, and it's not just outside. On so many of these women, the beauty starts on the inside, and what you see on the outside is just the overflow of what's inside. I have found that Ukrainian women are incredibly sensitive, they're very kind, they're very eager to build a good relationship, and they will go way out of their way to build a good relationship with a man if they feel that it's going to lead somewhere.
Okay, thank you. Is it your first trip to Ukraine? You said you were here before.
Yes,
right?
This is actually my 5th trip to Ukraine since November of 2017.
Oh, so you are experienced traveler, right?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of our clients worry whether it's safe to come to Ukraine, and because of situation with virus, because of unstable situation in Lugansk, Donetsk. What about you? Is it safe to travel here?
I've had no problems traveling in Ukraine. I go places and I feel safe wherever I go. Now, I don't go out in the wee hours of the morning or anything like that, because even in my country, after midnight, the only people that are on the streets are policemen and people that policemen want to talk to. So, use some common sense. These cities are like any other city in the world. There are bad elements, but there are mostly good elements. So, act accordingly, keep your security in mind. And I've walked all over Nikolaev during the day, and I've never felt unsafe any place that I've gone.
Okay, yes, that's right, because all places or cities in this world have safe part and dangerous, and you just need to do everything to make your trip safe, and do not visit the parts are dangerous for you.
Exactly.
Do you have any problem in the airport?
No, I came in through Odessa almost 2 weeks ago, and there was no problem at all. I went out, of course, I came prepared. I knew that I needed to have a phone with a Ukrainian number, and I had a Ukrainian SIM card that I had gotten on my last trip over here, and I just had my fiancé activate the number for me again. If you do have a Ukrainian SIM card, make sure you keep the little folder that it came in, because that has the serial number for the card, and they need that number to do anything with the SIM card. But I had that, so I got my phone reactivated. I knew that I had to load the app on the phone. I loaded that up. Then when I got to the airport, it took probably only 15 minutes, because I got in late at night in Odessa, but it only took about 15 minutes. I went out there, and some people were taking up all the time of the lady at the desk, asking questions when everything was written right there on the signs in front of her. So I just pulled out the sign, and I can read a little bit of Ukrainian, but I don't understand all of it. So I just pulled up Google Translate, used the camera, read the instructions, scanned the QR code, went and paid for it online. It was only $54.95. Paid for it with my credit card. I got a code back instantly. I just went, showed it to the lady. She scanned it, said, "Go over there." I went and sat in the little booth, and the girl came and put the Q-tip up my nose, and that was it. And I was free to go. And then I just kept the app running. I went to my apartment in Odessa, and the next day I got a green check mark that said, "You're good to go." And I also got a certificate that says, "We didn't find any COVID in this guy." So it was very easy. It wasn't a big problem. So it's nothing that you need to worry about. And you have to wear a mask certain places here and everything, but for the most part, it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. And would you like to give some travel tips to our clients, and also tips on how to find the right lady, what to do, what not to do? Do you have something like this?
Well, travel tips, definitely bring enough money. It's easy to find exchanges all over the place. Now that I'm leaving, and I know I'll be back again in the future, I always keep some money in the local currency, so that when I come back, if I need to catch a taxi, I don't have to exchange any money at the airport. Never exchange money at the airport. The rates are horrible. I got stuck having to exchange some money in Poland one time, and I got about 3% less at the airport than I would on the street. But I had to do it. But now I also have Polish zlotys in my wallet, but I also have hryvnias in my wallet. So whenever you're here, make sure that you don't exchange at the airport if you can help it. And always make sure you keep some of the local currency with you when you leave, so that when you come back, you're ready to hit the ground running. As far as tips for the ladies, just be yourself. But remember that the women here can smell a skunk a mile away. So if you have any kind of character flaws where you're dishonest, or you're a cheater, or you're a closet alcoholic or something like that, it's not going to work for you. The women here will ferret you out in a heartbeat. Be a sincere man, and don't be cheap. My fiancée ended up having to go back to Poland just in time to be locked down, and she did not have any income at all. I went and took a second job so that I could support her and her daughter. She knows that I will take care of her no matter what. It cemented our relationship, and it made it rock solid. Be a man. You may have to man up, and you may have to take care of her. But the one thing is, my fiancée never, ever asked me for one penny. Everything that I gave because I wanted to give it to her, because I wanted her to know that I would provide for her and take care of her, that I would be her man. So if a woman comes to you and asks for money, that's usually a warning sign, because that is not typical Ukrainian woman behavior from what I've seen. The really good, honest, forthright women that are looking for a good husband will never ask you for a thing. If you give it, that's fine, but they'll never ask you for it. So that's really the main thing that I would point out. Is, don't be afraid to step up and say, look, I know you need help. I'm going to take care of you.
That's a wonderful advice, really wonderful. About currency, that's really useful for our clients, because a lot of our clients came here, go back, and came here again for their friend, fiancés, etc. And no one gave them such advices. It's even useful for us to know that. Thank you for sharing this and for sharing your views about how to approach lady in Ukraine. It will be very useful for our clients, because they do believe to other clients who have experience with our site than to us. Yes. Thank you for coming to our office and sharing your stories with us. That was really awesome.
Well, I'd like to add one more thing. Statistics show that only 2 or 3% of the men that start writing to a woman on a Ukrainian website will ever show up in Ukraine. I would say, grow a pair, man, and get over here. You're not going to get anywhere sitting in your mother's basement writing letters in your t-shirt. Get on a plane and come over here and meet these women. It is unlike anything you will ever experience in your life.
Thank you. That's wonderful. That's really true. Just by writing, you will not get a fiancé and wife. Right?
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you for this. Thank you for
You're welcome.
For coming.